Benjamin Popa's collection. I probably just butchered your last name. I'm sorry. He's part of my Poke Investing Club, which is completely free to join. That's where a community of like-minded collector investors learn how to collect smarter, not harder. And we're going to be reviewing his collection. So from a collecting perspective, you can collect whatever you want. If you just collected Squirtles or Magikarps, that is an amazing collection. When I give any advice or notes, it's just purely from an investing perspective. So how to maximize returns and minimize risks. That speaks nothing on the value you put on your collection and how impressive I think it is. And this collection I chose specifically because it's a really sick collection. So nothing to comment on the collection, but I will just use it to give some notes on how you should build a portfolio that is sustainable, that can give you maximum returns and also maximum joy. So without further ado, let's dive in. First off, he has a MEW EX Gem Mint 10, which is worth $20,000. This is a limited edition MEW. I believe only 2,000 were ever made. This is the type of card you pass on to your kids, that you keep in the family. It's incredibly valuable. There's still a lot of upside. I would say right off the bat, he's got some banger grails, and these are all Gem Mint 10s. So this right here, this top line, makes up almost, I want to say, a third of his collection, more than a third of his collection. So from an investing perspective, I would say maybe it's a little bit overweighted on these Gem Mint 10s, because there is a world, there is risk where the price of these cards could potentially fall, and you don't want so much of your portfolio on just 5 cards. From a purely investing perspective, I would potentially sell off 1 or 2 of these and invest in some additional sealed. The general allocation I recommend is at least 50% sealed and 50% single cards. From an investing perspective, sealed is superior. So if all I cared about or you cared about was making money or getting the biggest ROI with the least amount of risk, I would do 100% sealed. But people who are investing in Pokemon generally do it because we also enjoy Pokemon. So at 50% raw cards and 50% sealed, you have the safety and stability of having a sealed collection, but then you also have the enjoyment of collecting the individual cards. And as time goes on and you build your collection, you have your sealed that you could potentially sell off years down the line when that's appreciated in value, and use that money to invest in new sealed that could pay off for your future collection when you start to redistribute cards, whether that's buying and selling some, picking up some new stuff you like. Sealed really forms the base of the value of your collection, and it helps you ride through the volatility of potential bear markets, and they will come. Pokemon's not going to go up in a straight line. I believe over 20, 30 years, it will go up, but there's going to be periods where it could crash up to 50% when people want to take profit. And there are a lot of speculators and people that only care about the money in the game. So that's something you have to watch out for. But let's continue on. Tons of grails, tons of Gem Mint 10 graded cards. We have the Bubble Mew. We have the Evo Skies booster box, 2 of them. This is what I would call a blue chip booster box. Great, amazing product. Not something I would recommend you buy into now at this price, because this has already experienced a 25x from retail, and I think this could still grow. But you don't want to come into things that have already grown this much. You want to come into products that are just at the beginning or the pivot point where they start to grow. So that the newest products historically, probably you shouldn't invest in them right away because they still have print cycles. More prints and product will be dropped in the next couple of years, but you want to target booster boxes or products that are just around the 2-3 year mark, meaning that they're at the end of their print life. And at that point, they are more expensive than retail, but they haven't experienced the parabolic rise that happens once the collective Pokemon market realizes, like, hey, this is not going to be around forever. This might be the last year it's printed. And then that's when they start to pour in, because even booster boxes prices, they don't go up linearly. They sometimes stay dormant for years. No price increase or price dip until suddenly people just wake up and then the price starts shooting up. So you do want to buy these before, not right now. But it's very good to have to stabilize the rest of your portfolio. Here we have a great Mega Evolution Enhanced booster box case. This is a really great product. I think people like it. Having a sealed case is even better than the booster box case. Basically, the more sealed something is, the more it grows, because people just like ripping things. So a package and a package and a bigger package. I mean, there's just a premium on every single level. So this is a great product to have. I have one as well. We have another Chinese card, also very limited edition, Gem Mint 10. Great card to have. All of these cards, I mean, I don't even have all of these cards, and I wish I had them. We have the Pikachu with the Gray Felt Hat and PSA 9. So this is something I love to see, because up till now, it's been mostly Gem Mint 10s. Gem Mint 10, PSA 10, Pikachu with the Felt Hat is actually, I believe it just hit $2,000, whereas the PSA 9, $700. I mean, what a huge difference. If you are investing into the market right now, I do not recommend you buy PSA 10s unless it's something you love and you do not care about the price. It is incredibly risky, incredibly volatile. The return on investment versus the risk is just not there. If you love the card, collect the PSA 9s. You can do it for half or sometimes a third of the price of the PSA 10. When you buy into the PSA 10 right now, some of these cards are the most pumped cards in the market. A lot of big money comes in buying it. They're FOMOing. They don't understand Pokemon cards. Those are the type of people pumping the card up. And when they only care about money, when you see a card go from $2,000 to $3,000 overnight, that's a pump. And people are going to not want to lose money, meaning that at any signs of, a crash, or if they worry even a little bit, the prices could crash. So don't, unless you're an expert, unless you know exactly what you're doing, do not just FOMO into PSA 10s. Look for cheaper cards. Look for cards that people aren't paying attention to. So as we kind of scroll back down, we have a UPC, also a really, really good product. Paldea Evolved booster box. All SV booster boxes are now essentially, they're out of print. They're done. We're in the new era. More are going to come out. I know more are going to come out. I know some are still going to be reprinted, but nowhere near to the level that, they were printed right when they came out. Something like Paldea Evolved, it's been 2 years already, or a year or 2 years. This is not really going to come out to any significant demand. So this is like a really good point to start building this position. I know it's already very expensive, but this has a lot of room to grow. Imagine, do you think, how long will it take this to become a $2,000 box, which is a 4x return on your money, versus Evo Skies at currently, let's say, $2,500? When will that become a $10,000 box, which would be a 4x? I think the Paldea Evolved is going to 4x a lot faster than the Evo Skies. So a lot more grails. I love this Kingdra EX. We have another Twilight Masquerade booster box. Great. Now we're seeing a lot more of the booster boxes. Again, very, very good. This is what I would stack up, is a lot of these SV booster boxes that are now a year or so old. Journey Together. Also, don't sleep on Journey Together. I think it's a solid set. We have Blooming Waters Premium Collection. These boxes are good. So you see this is at $190. I believe Legendary Warriors. Scroll down a little bit more. More beautiful cards. Actually, I was looking for one card. But anyways, there was a Prismatic. Oh, right here. The Prismatic Evolutions Lucario EX box. At some point, this was going for $90, $100. And if you count the number of packs it gives, it's actually a good product, even at this price. And if you looked at the 151, that's going for $180. How long do you think this box will become the price of this box? I think sooner than we think. It could be less than a year. That would be a 60% gain in less than a year, which is incredible. It's a far superior return than most other asset classes. So you can't, market price is actually your friend. This Costco Prismatic Evolutions 8-pack mini tin is a great example of that. People are buying it at Costco for like $40 per, and then it came on the market at $80 for many months. And there's some people that only want to buy at MSRP and refuse to buy at market. But at $80, if this thing comes with 8 tins, 16 packs, $18, that's $5 per pack. The price per pack is so good. The reason people missed out on this, now it's closing in on $150. You could have 2x'd in less than half a year, but you refused to because you could only see retail. Don't be the people that only care about retail. Of course, we would all want to buy at retail. That's such a given. But the market price is the true price. It's what people are actually willing to pay. And there are so many opportunities like this where there are other products where you're paying $10 per pack for 151, or you could have bought a Costco Prismatics mini tin box at $80 for the box at $5 per pack and saved 100%. If you just do the math, if you just actually look at the product and calculate the value, there's so many discrepancies in the market. They happen all the time. You just need to do some simple calculations and understand the market. And with 151, this is a really popular set. So even if this were to drop from 80 to 70 to 60 in the short term, you're still fine. 151, again, as a collector, this is a good set, a lot of great chase cards. The sentiment around it is really positive. So the risk is actually quite low. So look for these mismatches and opportunity. We also have him diversifying into Final Fantasy collector booster boxes. Collector boxes are also a really great product. I would recommend looking into One Piece, Magic, even Gundam, Dragon Ball. It gets riskier, but if you love it, it's not bad to collect right now in the hype. I believe a lot of these will have room to grow. Mainly One Piece. The other ones I'd be a little bit more wary of. Now we have a lot of booster bundles. So this guy, Benjamin, he could buy a lot more premium things, but he still invests in booster bundles. And I think that's a great idea because it doesn't matter how much money you have, you can still get exposure if you get a good price. It's good to just have a little bit of all these different products. The one thing you do need to keep in mind is just space, and booster bundles are great because they're pretty small. Victini illustration collection, if these boxes have these great promos, also really good to have. Again, at this point, you just start being limited by space. Overall, as a collector, I'm incredibly envious. What a beautiful, beautiful collection. From an investment perspective, little bit heavy on the gem and 10s. I'd probably reallocate, sell some off, and buy some more sealed product. But as a collector, I would not sell these off. It'd be very hard to sell these off, even though objectively it's probably a smart idea to reallocate into some other products where you'll get a superior return. But yeah, anyways, that was the collector review. I hope that was helpful. If you want your portfolio to be reviewed, make sure you join the Poke Investors Club. It's all a bunch of, again, like-minded people. We love Pokemon. We also want to make money and be financially secure. So we just try to think about things more pragmatically. And yeah, I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time.